All right, welcome back. Today we're going to play some Poe Data. This is the last in a series of live streams that I'm doing to pick a PQ deck, Planetary Qualifier, that's on in 3 days' time. So far, we've played Ray Data. We went 4-6 with that. That was not very good at all by our usual standards here. Yoda Red, we went 8-2. Thrawn Green, Thrawn Data, we went 9-1. And today we're going to try Poe Data and see how we go. Now, Poe Data, I think I played once or twice on stream before, and I also played it at a showdown a couple of weeks ago. I've made some changes since that list. The link to the list is in the description of the video if you're interested in that. The changes I've made, I've removed BB-8 out of it and replaced it with R2. There's a lot of Tarkin Town decks out there, so the idea with R2 is to boost up the health on those ships to try and take it out of range, and it's very good on the Falcon. The other change I made was to remove Trench Run, and I replaced it with Heroic Resolve, which is another one of those abilities that upgrades that I can use to pop Poe off the ship so I can get him down onto the ground. There is one more change I wanted to make now that I'm looking at the list. I want to take the Red Squadron Y-Wings because while the indirect is good, it can be used to like pop like super laser techs and that down on the ground. So I actually want to take them out, put them to the sideboard, and I want to bring in the Jedi Starfighter. Now the Jedi Starfighter is a 1/4 ship. Now it's got a bit less attack, but if you can put an R2 on it turn 1, it becomes a 2/5, and it takes it out of that sort of Tarkin Town range. The way I lost when I was playing the showdown was Tarkin Town was a big part of it. So let's see if this makes a difference. Now, what I do here is I play 10 games straight, unedited. We record the result in the upper right-hand corner, and then we evaluate and make changes to the deck as we go. Now, we've got Piet Blue to start with. What the ideal is not these cards. What we want to see would be a Chewbacca. So I'm going to try and hard mulligan for a Chewbacca, and hopefully it doesn't bite us. Well, we got the Chewbacca. All right, so I don't think we need Fangs in this matchup. And let's get rid of a Falcon. Actually, well, let's get rid of a Daring Raid. Just in case he has an Entrench or something for us. All right, so we drop the Interceptor. That Cassian's very good. So Piet is going to have big ships out in space. Okay, so he passes. All right, so we'll put Chewbacca on. That'll turn off the power of the dark side, merciless contest, things like that. Well, he's obviously had quite a bad hand there, I think. Let's get rid of the Starfighter. All right, we'll hit again for 5. All right, he passes. Tells me he's got some removal or something here. A takedown, okay. All right, so we'll claim. We'll hit through for 5 again. All right, out comes Piet. So let's drop Poe out while we're here. Probably got a big ship here, a resupply carrier. All right, we'll have to hit base. Hopefully he doesn't have some kind of massive sentinel up there in space for us. Because he has got Piet out. You know, we could see... What could we see? Avenger. But then Chewbacca is going to turn it off. That sentinel, the 7 cost 6/6, is one we don't want to see because it'll basically clear our space lane out. This will be a quick 10 games. It won't take long for us to do 10 games with Poe Data. It is a aggro style deck. If you do plan taking it to a showdown or a PQ, you will have time in between the rounds to relax and chat to your friends. All right, so we're going to play him in again. So let's mark it to 1-0. He kind of had a bad hand because he really didn't play anything turn 2 and didn't play anything turn 3. So again, we've got to try and mulligan for that Chewbacca. We've got the Chewbacca. We didn't see anything that would warrant the Fang Fighters. All right, we play the A-Wing. We'll go Heroic Sacrifice this time. We'll try and get Poe out onto the ship. Hey Jason, how you going? Hello from Adelaide. Yes, this is where I did play this deck. Was in Adelaide in the showdown there. All right, so he took down again. So we're not having a huge amount of luck here in trying to keep a ship operational. I mean, Chewbacca's are so good in this matchup, but then what do you get rid of here? This is tough. We'll go that. I think he's got removal. Yeah. So we are just getting everything removed at the moment. All right, we'll play a Poe out as well. The For a Cause is good. But we're a long way. We are a very long way away from where we need to be here. That's got to be the third power of the dark side. It's a shame we couldn't get the Chewie out earlier here. This might be our chance. All right, so Daring Raid or the Adelphi. I'm going to keep that hand completely. Adelphi's great when you've got initiative for that extra +2 pump, but even if you don't, it also suppresses the actions, which is something that Plot is going to do in the next set. So kind of looking forward to that. So where is that? 9. So if you place an Avenger here or something, we can turn it off. And we can also hit for... We've got 13 on board with the For a Cause. So exactly what I was talking about there. All right, so let's hit for 7. We can then hit for 8 with Poe. We'll throw a card out, deal 2 damage to the base, and then we've got For a Cause and a Daring Raid here. All right, let's discard all of those. Yep. There we go. So we move to 2-0. Hey, All Things Fade, how you going? Today we're going to play some Poe Data Vault. Seems to be going fine so far, but we've just played 2 Piet Blue in a row, and we got Chewbacca's in the mulligan. So let's keep this. Now, what we don't want to see from our opponent here is we don't want to see Fireball. So 1, 2, 3. Let's try and stay off the ground here. All right, so we'll play the Interceptor. We'll get rid of the A-Wing there. Probably should have mulligan for the Chewbacca here. If he claims here, we're going to be able to shoot that. Well, he's already used it, so that's not correct. That didn't matter anyway. So if all things fade says I'm doing the same. I've pulled together a deck of what cards I have available minus the Poe. Ready for anything. Yeah. All right, let's play the Poe out. So unfortunately, he's got this. Quill is just going to keep healing here. He's going to be able to flip and then play a villainy card. All right, so he's going to hit us with a Childson. All right, so he's got a vigilance. All right, so he's got a lot of ground stuff, not so much in the space. Or is it quick to improvise? That's the expensive Poe. All right, I don't think we're going to need Poe in this matchup because it doesn't look like we're getting down onto the ground anytime soon. So when he revealed his hand, he didn't really have any villainy cards that he could play. So I think we just claim again. We're going to be able to put Chewbacca on this, on one of these ships too. Yeah, no one's willing to sell it. Yeah, it was hard to get in Shadows. And now there's just not people opening Shadows packs. So it's so hard to get. You might regret that no glory. All right, so we're going to spend 3 for Chewbacca. And then we want to put Poe on a ship as well. So then that'll be black 1. So let's go all in. Let's put Chewbacca on to start with. Put him on the 5 so that you can't get a fell or anything like that at the moment. It's got 1 restore on the board. Okay, that is annoying. All right, we'll hit base there. And drop black 1 out. We can pilot black 1 and then we can push as hard as we can here. All right, so let's claim. We've still got 15 damage to do, and we know that it has vigilance. So it is going to be pretty tight here. All right, we'll quill that quill because that at least saves us 1 damage. All right, so, okay. So here's the thing. Do we move Poe across and then attack? Is there anything that... Yeah, I think that's the correct... You can move him around once per turn. Then we can heroic sacrifice and for a cause here. So we need to hit 3 out of... There's a lot of heroic cards. Let's see if we can hit it. We do. All right, so we move to 3-0, very quick games.
Hello there.
Now we've got the mirror. So I've been playing a little bit today. I've been seeing a lot of Poe DV, a lot of Yoda Red, and also a lot of Luke DV as well. So this is a bad hand. All right, so Chewbacca's not that great in the mirror. R2's good for that little bit of bump. The Daring Ray can be surprisingly good if he plays an A-Wing. But we're kind of run out of room a little bit there in terms of which ones to keep. All right. Oh, Jotsky, it's an honor as a viewer to play against you. Did we just play just then? Were you on the Chancellor Palp? All right, so we could... All Things Fade says, I've done fine against other Poes, but I'm not just savvy enough to play well. I'm sitting at 30% win rate. Okay. All right. Let's throw the R2 on. So probably going to Fang Fighter next. Not sitting at a 30% win rate. Okay. The deck does take a little while to get used to. And one thing that I did learn playing in that showdown, I placed 3 out of 5 Bobas, and it was... I'm not used to playing aggro. And as a result of that, just marginally winning is... or just being just short, where you're just waiting on that for a cause or something. It's something I'm not used to. Anakin's Interceptor, or I think because we're going to go either Red 5 and then Pilot as well here. His deck's a little bit different because look, he's got Sabine and that in it as well. But what we're going to be able to do is... Okay, Yoda's lightsaber. I think we're okay with that. Attack with the A-Wing. Move it to the fighter. Put Poe on the fighter. Hit for another 5. So it takes him to 9. And now we've got the masterpiece to go along with it. And also like... Blue leader. Red 5 is not bad because we've got the ping. But it looks like this is going to be a race. One thing you have to note about the Yoda's lightsaber, it is a unique upgrade. So there'll be 2 in the deck. Interesting that he took the Poe out. I think I would have taken the masterpiece out. I can kill the Marine here. Let's do that. So we're going to be able to play Poe out, and then this masterpiece is going to stack up in damage. Or I could give... Let's give the XP to the blue leader here. So if he does attack it with Poe, at least that dies too. He took Yoda's lightsaber out and replaced it with Timely. Just didn't have the lightsaber, only have 1 copy. Well, if I knew you in real life, I have so many copies of that lightsaber. It is crazy how many I've got. It's the rare in this set that I just keep getting. And the legendary that I don't get is the constructed lightsaber. Yeah, he had a rough start. He had those red squadrons. Yeah, so I have so many Yoda's lightsabers in my folder. We still play a bit of draft, not as much as what we've been playing recently. Like in the last couple of sets, played a lot of draft, but not so much this set. It's been tons of constructed, and I think part of that was like the Galactics, and that played a big role in that. So you always drew Yoda and Grogu in. Yeah, I haven't got that many Grogus actually. Yodas I've got plenty, but yeah, constructed lightsaber actually had zero, and then when I went to the PQ, I had to actually borrow constructed lightsabers off people when I won with the Yoda, and that card I put in like 2 days before and was so clutch uh, in that tournament that if I had to just been Jedi lightsaber, I would not have, I would have lost matches for sure. Just being able to Sentinel on a neutral aspect card, or putting it on Yoda and adding the extra heal in. All right, so he has to take out. Yep. All right, we'll run in with the Masterpiece. This time we'll give XP to the Masterpiece, and we'll do 1 damage to base. All right, this game should be over now. All right, well, we've quickly moved out to 4-0. Let's jump in again.
Hello there.
Okay, this time we've got another space deck, but this time it is Luke Dartvolt. So we'll see if we can have a good start again. You'll see in that last one where the Yodas actually, not the Yodas, the R2 did some work there. All right, let's keep this one. We've got 2 great ships to start with. We don't need heroic. I want to keep the lightsaber. Let's maybe get rid of the Poe. All right, so we'll claim here. There's another Anakin's. So the plan here is we'll get a couple of ships out. Hopefully keep his space lane under control. All right, so he's going to play Chewbacca, so we have to kill that. We can't let a Chewbacca ship just keep going. And I mean, what can we do here? Because we can put Poe on and then put Red 5 out. The Daring Raid is good to hit something before you attack Red 5, but I think let's just keep the Heroic Resolve in case we need. Yeah, so we got caught on that one. So we'll be able to ping, but we'll be able to at least put Poe out on top. Yeah. All right, well, let's go with the Falcon. All right, so let's play Poe up like that. Yeah, that was played wrong. I definitely played that wrong. I forgot about the loop ping. All right, I think we're gonna have to claim. I'm gonna have to kill this Red 5 now. I have played this not well. Not well at all. because now he just gets to deploy Luke out. And, yeah. Run riot now. As if I had of, yeah, he's going to be do 3, but we'll still be able to put some damage on. Hopefully, we can't even get a, you can't even get a disabling Fang, unfortunately. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. So we got the Fang, but it just does not work on Luke. All right, let's keep all of that. Definitely played wrong. Yeah. Now Poe dies. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely played the sequencing wrong on that game. All right, so we moved to 4-1. Let's keep going.
Hello there.
When I left it with 1 damage, it was, yeah, not good. We're getting Luke's non-deploy ability. So against Yoda, well, we want a first turn play, so we have to mulligan that. We want a ship with Chewbacca on it, was a good start. And the only way that they can sort of handle it is I'll get rid of for a cause. Hey, just the dude, how you going? What's happening? Just playing a bit of Poe DV tonight. All right, so let's claim. All right, we'll play another A-wing just in case he's got a an open fire here. Yep. That's exactly what we were talking about then. Lucky he doesn't have the Force. That's one good thing. And we can boost up this A-wing with the R2 as well. All right, so that's going to hit for 6. He's got 2 restore. All right, I don't think we need Fangs in this matchup. All right, it's going to play Artie out. So let's go wide in this matchup. It is best of 1, so it's unlikely to have a bombing run, but you can see there that he had his 4th throw. All right, so let's claim. All right, the saber is good. We've yet to put any damage on our opponent, so let's attack with that A-wing. Hit with the interceptor. Okay, he's going to Kiadi Mundi. Hopefully he doesn't have another 4th throw. All right, we'll put the saber on. Yeah, when you're at Yoda, yeah, like if I'd had the Chewbacca, he would have been in big trouble, and that's why you did what he did correctly. Like you open fire and then force throw with a big unit. That's that's spot on in terms of what you want to do. All right, let's keep pushing and keep going wide. We've also got Cassian in the row that we can drop out to. All right, so rivals fall. As you can see, it's going to be close because the Yoda flip turn is next. Let's get rid of the Starfighter here. He's going to be able to restore 4 in between Owen and Yoda. If he's got a Luke or something here, he can drop the Luke, kill one of these. All right, Mace is fine as well. Just had Timely and Wrecker win my game for me against Avar. Yeah. I don't have the Timely and Wrecker. It's pretty much a lot of space, but I can definitely see the advantage. I think if you're playing that, you'd also maybe want to consider ECL rather than Data Vault. All right, so force throw. Trouble is, Yoda's going to come out now and just... If I go to pilot, Yoda's just going to come out and kill it. So let's hit again for 2. But yes, we are very close here. This is going to be a close game. Yoda's going to take him down to 22. He's going to have to kill this Cassian, though. Let's take the 4. All right, let's put it on the Interceptor, just in case he takes us to 15 health. So what we want to see is a Delphi would be great. Right, we'll claim. These 2 should kill the Cassian. That's right. Yeah, we need an Adelphi here. Did not get an Adelphi. Let's transfer over to the A-Wing. One damage off now. So Dan's saying that the Yoda players missed some restore. All right, we'll drop that one out as well. All right, 3PO. What's that going to kill something? Should just claim here. Yeah, I didn't see where he missed some heal with Owen, but you may have. A Chewbacca in this matchup makes a big difference. An early Chewbacca. I did have Luke's as upgrades at one point in time, but I removed them for the heroic resolve. Kind of wanted like a lower curve. All right, so let's just claim. Let's see if you can remove all of that. It's close. If he's got a Sentinel or something here, Concord, then he wins. Yeah, no, he's got a Sentinel on the ground. All right, so we got the Yoda player. So now we move to 5-1. Queue it up again. Okay, this is the third Piet Blue in 7 games. Yeah, I didn't notice that he missed it, but yeah, you should be maximizing as much as you can. All right, so we're going to go A-Wing into Chewbacca into Sabine's masterpiece. All right, let's go with that. Hopefully, he can't remove this A-Wing. We'll get rid of the raid. Yeah, always got it. Let's see if Red 5 proves a little bit resilient, more resilient than... Here's the choice here. We can either put Chewbacca on. I think we have to put Chewbacca on because if he has enough, if I just play the Falcon, he has another power. We kind of get wrecked. But if I have this, we can start putting some damage on. All right, we like the masterpiece, or do we like the Falcon? I think we like the Falcon in that spot. I went the base for 6 again. This is the stage where we can drop out Poe. And also even play the Poe on the ground. Like, I mean, this is a lot of pressure. Yeah. So we can hit his base here for 6, 8, 10. If we wanted to do the heroic sacrifice, but let's use it for the other Poe if you can't get rid of this Poe now. What did he play? Another TIE bomber. Okay. All right, so then we heroic sacrifice this Poe. And there we go. All right, we moved it 6-1. Can't believe how much Piet Blue there is. So again, we're looking for the Chewbacca, so you hard mulligan for it. Just hopefully we don't get burnt by not having a play. So there we go. I think we need... Let's go with that. All right, so we claim He's going to have Moisture Farmer, but this time we will have the Chewbacca. Yes, I think Inferno is leading towards Yoda for the PQ. Yeah, I think I will be playing Yoda. But, you know, this is a strong deck. And the Thrawn I played the other night, I really like that deck too. So there's a few showdowns and things like that coming up. So any ones of those, I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be playing a mixture of these decks. Right. Okay, we'll hit the base again for 6. This time we'll play the Falcon out and then drop Poe into it. Heroic Resolve versus the Adelphi. Kind of spoilt for choice. You'll probably remove this. We'll hit for another 6. Let's get rid of that Heroic. Dan pulled a Showcase Piet and really wanted blue to work, but aggro demolishes. It's too slow. Yeah, it's too slow. You have to be like very, very linear in its play. And when it works really well. But yeah, for me, it's the same reason why I don't like playing Vader Yellow and decks like that. It's just, it's way too linear every single time. So that's why I don't like it too much. All right, so let's deploy again. We'll hit the base with Poe. We'll drop the other Poe out. All right, we'll pass. All right, we'll hit again. We'll pitch a card. 2 damage to base. That'll take him to 26. So very similar pattern to the previous game here. Hit for 4. We've got for a cause. But you can see Piet Blue is just like way too slow. You can have that Poe. Not that it matters. All right, we moved to 7-1 with Poe.
Hello there.
This time we've got a Sarge Tarkin Town. Now, Tarkin Town is a bit of an issue for this deck. So yeah, I actually bought a Piet Showcase early on, but like I've rarely played it at all. All right, this is a bad hand. And that's a bad hand too. So maybe our luck, after having some luck in that last game, is starting to run out. Probably got a force throw. We have got Chewbacca. That is good. All right, let's get rid of the Adelphi here. Which one here? Let's go the Interceptor. We'll throw Poe in it. And the problem is he's going to, which is what happens in this deck, is that he'll ping it and Tarkin Town it. So kind of get put behind here. All right, so we'll claim. We'll get Tarkin Towned, and we've got a choice then. Okay. He's not even going to Tarkin Town. He's going to... I think we'll just get rid of the Poe there. So a rough start in this game. All right, let's ambush. Try and get him to use his Tarkin Town if we can. But if he has a space unit, he's just going to be able to drop it out there and damage it. But we put the pilot on, so He may use his Tarkin Town here, which will be good for us. No Tarkin Town. Okay. All right, let's... I'll drop the Falcon out first and see what he plays here. What would you recommend using instead of big Poes? You could use the Twilight Anakin, because he may draw cards. So it's the one where you draw cards if it's got coordinate on. I think that one's okay. That's going to be a problem if a Sarge gets on it. It's going to get Tarkin Towned. Oh, yes, we're in for a race here. I may just drop all 3 ships here. All 3 of them. He doesn't have barrage. Will take him to 14. Drop all 3 ships, and he may have to start running into them. It's the second power. A Fang Fighter would be great here as well. It's interesting that he did not deploy a Sarge to those ships. Because he had a Fallen, that's why. All right, so we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, I'm curious to see what he does here. If he takes one of these out. Two Force Throws and 2 Powers of the Dark Side. All we can do is really pressure here. That's all we've got. Make him trade. Okay. That's interesting that, yeah. Well, has he got enough? Yeah, that's enough now. The Sith Holocron will give him the extra damage, which he'll be able to do at 11. So that's unfortunate, that one. But, like, we could not keep a ship on the board, and we came, like, that close to actually winning that game. And we had no ship on the board for, like, the first 3 turns, so it's not bad. All right, let's keep. We've got the Chewbacca. Get rid of that one and red 5. So we'll go black 1. Hopefully we can get Chewbacca on it and get some damage going here. All right. Well, probably don't need the Starfighter. All right. Kill that officer. We'll take some damage with it, but like we'll take him along the way too. Ping again. We'll take another 4 to base. Oh, that's the indirect one. Okay. We'll just take that so in case he has got an open fire or something. Okay, so let's play Falcon. We'll put the Poe on the Falcon. Entrenched. Well, he's going to regret that. Right, he confiscated our leader there. Okay. So we want a Fang. We know we want a Fang. Let's just hit for 3. We won't reveal what we're doing until the end. I had enough to put that pilot. That was a mistake. I had enough to put that pilot on the Falcon, so he should be on 3 more. Not that it's going to matter. The Poe's got two modes. One is just a regular pilot, and one is the played as a unit, summon an X-Wing. But it won't matter in this game. You can see there's a big difference in the games against blue-black if you get Chewbacca early. And you can see what I was saying early on. Tarkin Town is a bit of an issue. For this deck, and I can remember I played a Boba player at the showdown with this deck, and he went open fire. No, he went shoot down, open fire, Bet's fire spray, barrage, and yeah, deploy Boba. That's how you beat the deck. You just keep removing their space units. All right, so we finished 8-2. So that equals Yoda. So we've went 4-6 with Rey, 8-2 with Yoda, 9-1 with Thrawn, and 8-2 with Poe Green. So not bad runs. So let's play a game of Yoda and a game of Thrawn to finish off.
Hello there.
We'll switch the score off now that we've onto this part of the game. So I'm going to keep this. This is interesting because I wanted a game where I can play in a Cad Bane and see how I go. All right, so let's go with that. We've got 2 first turn plays. Okay, it's this deck. This is they'll have another 1-drop now, and then that 1-drop will be able to Tarkin Town. So we'll play that. You'll have a Greedo or something like that here. If you got the 2 1-drop opening, which most of the time they do because they've got a lot of cards in their deck. All right, so the problem is here, if I pass, he'll claim, and then he'll just get a free kill next turn. I need him to use that Tarkin Town. Wow, he did not use it. That can't be right. I don't know if that's right. All right, so we'll hit. Doesn't matter. They're both not unique. A Rey unit would be great here. Let's put the Fel on the bottom for now. plays a mist hunter or something, we'll open fire it. Otherwise, we'll play the sage down here. Okay. Well, at least we're going to be able to get the force, hopefully. Unless they've got a forlom would be bad. All right, so let's kill the gunslinger. It'll at least give us a cycle, and then we'll be able to Kiadi Mundi. Yeah, so that kills it. All right, let's put that in the bottom. We'll Kiadi Mundi. We'll trigger. Again, we did not get any raise, but we did get Your Money Hope, so that's a good thing. All right, I think we have to open fire this. At least give us a C3PO draw next. That's not good. We hit into the Zuckus. That's not good. We really need a ray here. We did not get one. I'm going to put that in the bottom. I'm going to play it and I'm going to say 5. Close. All right, we'll put that on the bottom. Yeah, this is not looking good, this game. We haven't had... Not given up on Poe. We went 8-2 with Poe. So we finished the 10 game straight. And now we're moving on to... Yoda for a little bit here. Yeah, this is rough. This is rough, that last play. Yeah, it is rough. Yeah, we are in a tough spot because it doesn't matter what I play here. He's kept his Tarkin Town up the whole game too. Yeah. Just going to have to high roll. No. Yeah, that's pretty much game now. We'll put Luke on top, but we can play him for free. It's all these, like, this is yeah. We really needed the Ray unit to clear all these little low health. These low health units, and now he can just drop. He's got Cad Bane. Will come out for 4. I'm already dead, like, with that Lady Proxima and that there. It's a good deck. But it's if you can get the raise early, you can let's see if you play a rematch. Let's see if we can. No, You need to be able to compete early on the ground with that one. All right, so that did not go too well. So let's play Thrawn.
Hello there.
Oh, Obi double blue. Yeah, it's just a lot of one drops. If you can get your Ray unit with C3PO and that online, it can kind of do really well. All right, so let's mulligan that. We really want something like a Cobb Vanth. We didn't get a Cobb Vanth, but we got Timely. So we can get Brute. We got Power. We'll keep the Avenger. Right, we'll claim we can power that. Oh, there's our Cobb. Don't want him drawing cards. What is that? Ezra. All right. Chimera. If we can get through to let's get rid of the Avenger, I think. If we can get through to a Chimera with a Cobb, that would be good, but we really want to chronic out for that. How are you liking the 2 times Anakin, the 1 times power? Yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's pretty solid. Like I like it. Ooh, and no glory as well. Okay, so we could no glory the Owen here too. Or I could just power and yeah, no. Let's hit the Ezra. All right, we'll put our own Owen out and put a Lothwolf. Now that we got both in there, we could no glory. Oh, no, we don't want to do that because we've already done it once. We've already triggered the double when defeat. Want to play our Owen out. And we play a Cobb, and we can trigger again with Chimera next turn. Right, we got Vader. Must have saw that we had it. All right, we'll play the Chronic out. All right, we should deploy in case Owen dies. So this Obi-Wan double blue, I think it finished a top 8 in one of the recent PQs last weekend. So it is a legit deck, this one. Well, I can double draw from. Let me take the Night Sister, and I could double draw from the Yoda, which would be big hand advantage for us. Yeah, let's take that and trigger again. Use base. All right, let's pass and see what he does. Right, he's going to hit Krennic. All right, so we claim because we can barrage now. Clear Obi-Wan. Make our Thrawn quite large. And we do have Darth Vader next turn. All right, we'll take care of his Owen here. He will kill the Thrawn. But what we can do is claim, and then we can clear his board with the Vader. Wow, we are getting spoilt now. I don't think we need another Cobb. Right. Be able to clear. So, all glory to the Hypno Fox. Says I might go Thrawn full screen for my PQ. Towson, Assassin, Chirrut, and Tyrannus for 4C stuff. Owen to draw. Plus all the Cobb. Yeah. I mean, the Chancellor Palp that went decent the other week, it was a Force one, and it ran the Assassin Tyrannus. I don't think it ran Chirrut, but
Hello there.
Yeah, it ran all the others. All right, Boba. So the good thing about Boba is it can hit a lot of our when defeated stuff. This is not a good hand though. We only have one, so this is a much better hand now because we can go Krennic into Owen. Put the Lothwolf away, and let's keep the Devastator. It's a great start. Krennic into Owen is always a good start. We will take that. He will hit us for a lot of damage with Pride, but there is not much we can do about that. Hopefully we'll get some Sentinels and that out with Cobb. Because you are digging 10 cards each time, if it digs twice. Let's take it all on base. Like our Owen is going to be able to heal. Okay, so we can just claim now, and then that will allow us to kill Pride. We'll trigger. We'll take a Night Sister. Give us a Cobb Vanth. No, but we'll take a Brute. Not a Cobb Vanth. We needed a Wolf. The Lothwolf. We want to turn on Anakin. Okay. Well, we're going to take a little bit of damage from that. Right, we'll take that on top for sure. The barrage is not as good. The issue with the Vader is there's nothing to run into a lot of the time. So it's not great in this matchup. Let's heal. I got a feeling he's got an IG here. Picked it. Take it, Anakin. We'll trigger again. No glory, that one. Entrenched is good. We can trade in here too. Put that on bottom. We'll put the brute on top. Hopefully he plays a ship out and then he drops Boba onto that ship. That way we can just power it. Yep. I don't know why you would do that against villainy that runs they run Power of the Dark Side, so I'm not sure that that's a winning play there. All right. Unfortunately, we don't have any removal at the moment. It's a bit of a problem. Yes, and he's played that, and I have no removal, which is a problem. Like, yes, I have to entrench it. Try and get through to a blast, or try and get through to my Devastator now. But yeah, we kind of got caught here. Let's Chimera and double heal. Another brute out and hit his base. Kind of have to stick to the space now. Like, it's going to be tight. At this stage, I think we have to heal, because if it has a Devastator, we lose, basically. So let's heal 5 from base and discard 6 from our opponent. All right. Well, let's just take it like that. Can run in and double trigger. Then we can run in again. Double trigger, and then we can Devastator. So we may have stabilized here. We may have, by switching order space, have done enough here. All right, we hit for 10. It takes him to 24. He basically has to, well, we just claim now. He has to be able to stop 10. Switching lanes worked. When we got caught by that maul without any removal, we're able to jump up into space. And those Onyx Squadron brutes really saved us. Not sure what's happening here, but maybe he's just shut the browser down. He had that game under lock too. I feel like we escaped with that one. Dan Solo, he's exited, I think. All right, let's keep playing with Thrawn.
Hello there.
This will be a hard matchup against the Sabine. Yeah, pulled that back nicely. Yeah, that was... no, Sabine didn't want to play.
There.
Here's another interesting matchup against a Han 2 Blue. The really bad matchup for this deck is... Aggro's not great, but the really bad matchup is that actually Talzin. Anything with Force Lightning is pretty rough. All right, I'm going to go this way because I'm going to go Krennic. I've got initiative, and then I can power whatever he plays to keep him off the Force. So a big thing with when you're playing these Force decks is keeping them off the Force. If you're villainy, kind of disrupts their tempo. And then we're going to try and get through to that Vader stage where we can drop some big units out. All right, we'll start with Krennic. The other thing is Entrenched. He's very good as well. All right, we'll claim. I always like getting rid of that annoying unit, Grogu, very early, whether it's an open fire or a Power of the Dark Side. We will get to play Owen for free. And this here is a great target for us on No Glory as well. All right, let's go Entrenched Inferno. We've got to be careful here at the moment because we don't have too many cards. We can't just play these two cards out and then he force throws us. Okay, I think we can entrench now. Right, Itinerant Warrior. Right, let's just kill his Owen. Right, if he had Force Throw, he would have already played it. So let's... I don't think the power won't be any good because he's going to go wide. Now, all right, well, keep the Devastator, but because I'm going to No Glory that Yoda. He should run the Yoda in because we're at 5 resources. He should run it into... No, he doesn't. We're not going to double. We'll double the guaranteed draw, which is the Yoda. Right, another No Glory. How bad do we hate that Grogu? I think we're okay. I'll just take the shield off the Itinerant Warrior. He brings Han out. Okay. Well, that barrage is very timely. Got 5 left. One, so we could kill Grogu off completely. Because he is, like, pretty annoying. And he'll run the itinerant into the Kranich. Unless he's got a mace sitting in his hand. Alright, so I think we should kill the turret off. This Kranich has definitely put in the work. It has soloed a lot of our opponent's units here. Right, we'll deploy Thrawn. We'll hit into the itinerant. All right, here's our Vader. I think we need vigilance. One of the ways you beat blue-red is you can mill them. But yeah, we're not at that stage particularly yet. I'm going to No Glory the Owen just to try and get a force unit because I'm going to clear his board with Vader next turn. There we go. We get the Vader. We'll claim and then we'll be able to just timely out a Vader here. Got to be on the lookout for a Crate Dragon though. Trigger. Crate Dragon would be problematic. We're like 1 resource off. Yeah, after all the removal that we have in our deck, we are missing. So this can do 7, but it's not enough. We are going to take a lot of damage here. We'll play the Cobb, see what he does here. He'll hit into that. Well, we can devastate. Or if we pick a, yeah. We can devastate. That he's going to take us to where, that's what we needed last turn. Take us to 25, 29. Then we're going to need that barrage. We need the power the turn before. And this game would have been quite easy. So hopefully he hasn't drawn too well here. Yeah. Okay. Put on bottom, we want like a blast or something here. Vigilance is good. Put that We can do 12 damage here. Let's go with that. 6 and 6 on Obi-Wan. Okay. Right, we can remove both of those. He's just got to not draw a crate dragon here. If he draws a crate dragon, we're cooked on this one. He's base for 10. If he plays another unit, we can just claim. Yeah, so we just claim, and we got out of jail on that one. The Devastator over the top.
Hello there.
All right, so Afra. So this is a leader we don't see very often. It focuses on graveyard mechanics. So all right, let's keep. Owen's really good in this matchup because of the because it's free basically off Krennic. We'll keep Anakin to try and get the and it's free, but it also protects like Power of the Dark Side in this particular matchup. Vigilance might be good. I don't know how many units he's going to have, so I don't think Barrage is any good as well. So for those just joining, we did play Poe at the start. Poe was like 8-2, 80% win rate, which is pretty good. And now we're trying just a bit of Thrawn at the end here. Good win. Yeah, Julian says good win versus the Han 2 Blue. Yeah, one of the changes to this deck was the Spark of Hope, and we haven't actually seen it at all. I'm going to double trigger this. The Anakin, we'll drop a warrior out. All right, we'll lose one of the Anakins. This is a hard control deck, this one that we're playing against. All right, so we'll just claim. Got the Thrawn, this little different to your other lists. As you can see, it has entrenched. Yeah, maybe I picked the wrong list. Maybe this is an old list. Because the one we were playing the other day was... Yeah, this doesn't have entrenched. Yeah, this is a different list. This is my old list, actually. All right, we'll get rid of Merciless. Yeah, I will get it. You went through all 4 decks you experimented with. Who do you feel is a strong candidate? So I think it's either this, the Thrawn, or it's Yoda. They're the two. I think Thrawn is really interesting. Search your feelings. Let's see, what's he pulled out with search your feeling? Draws a card. Doesn't show us what it is. All right, we'll have to pass. Been rocking the deck. Yeah, Yoda. Yeah, Yoda's such a strong deck. Like it's so good. So good. And it's more importantly, it's fun to play. There's always interesting things that come up. But yeah, old list coming in clutch with the entrenched. Okay. I think what we can do is Chimera. We'll double draw. We can drop Thrawn out and attack. have to be careful not to overcommit too much now, because this is a hard control deck. The Chimera is good because it'll spawn out lots of little units. We don't want to trigger twice. He's just going to super laser blast next turn. So it's about, what do we play? All right. We got to just keep playing small units here. Well, not small units, but just units. I don't think we need 3 Vaders. Yeah, first time catching the live. Yeah, I normally stream about this time. It's just normally different days of the week depending on what's going on. Let's create some TIE fighters. We'll draw that one. All right, so let's play the Inferno. We'll put the Annihilator on top, put that one on bottom. So he claims initiative. We'll just put a shield on Vader. This is the kind of list that coming from game 2 onwards, you would put like Relentless and that in against this list. So we're going to be able to push for 7. So what's important here is that you do not overcommit. You want to put 2 to 3 units against control and then just keep pushing. So again, he's pushed all our units back. So you start with a little one. That way you can power it or do whatever he wants. And then we will, yeah, okay, so we can probably Vader that. No, we don't have the timely. We can Anakin that one. So if he does attack the Night Sister, at least it's going to die. We've also got the Inferno 4 as well. Put that on bottom. I'll put the Krennic on top. Right. Just got to keep pushing damage now. Okay, so he's going to start milling. Takes us down to 23. We are Data Vault, so like it is 60 cards. And when you come up against a mill deck and you go to game 2, don't be afraid to put like 5 to 10 cards into your deck. Like make your deck like 70 cards, basically. All right, so how do we get rid of the Pershing here, and how do we like not overcommit too much? Feel like he's setting us up for a Snoke here. Let's play the Avenger and make sure that he has 11. Make sure that he has a super laser blast here. I'll put the cob on top, put that on bottom, and then we'll just pass. All right, so we start with a Krennic. Play a Cobb and then play a Vader. Again, 3 units. And we just want to keep pushing the damage now. It's got a lot of single target removal. Okay, evacuate again. We play Cobb Vanth down. Okay. Trigger it, play the Loth Wolf, play an Inferno. Our small units on top. Play a Vader. Guess we'll give the shield there. Shouldn't have done that, but there was no way to undo when you were there. Again, a super laser blast. Pass. We will go Chronic. I don't like this style of play. Yeah, it is what it is. We'll play an Avenger. Make him have the answers. It is what it is, but it is countered. Like, yeah, it's good in best of ones, but beyond that, no. All right, so let's push some damage. We have to no glory that one, and we'll play our Vader out. Again, we're pushing damage. Put the Loth Wolf away. The things we control players go through to balance the meta. So again, we're just putting 2 units out. He has to deal with it. Right, Frozen in Carbonite. Okay, we'll hit his base for 2. He's going to mill me. All right, we'll play an Onyx out. And I think we play the Chimera. What we're doing here is hopefully setting him up. You can see he's on 10 cards. I have 3 Vigilances in hand. So I need to put a little bit of damage on here if I can. Try and get him to 29. We can create 2 fighters and trigger again. Heal 5. Discard 6. Okay, we can heal 5 and discard 6. And now he's going to take 6 damage. And now he's got some things to do here. He has to remove those TIE fighters. And he has to, yeah. So he tried to mill me. And in the end, we milled him. And that's how you play against control decks. Play 2 or 3 cards out. Preferably smaller ones. Make them deal with it. Now, that was the wrong Thrawn. This is the Thrawn that I had been playing. So it's interesting that the old Thrawn that I was playing had Vigilances in it. This one doesn't. So this one probably would have lost to that deck. Like this Thrawn here probably would have lost. So let's give this Thrawn a go. This one is better against unit-based decks.
Hello there.
So this is a unit-based deck. It'll do better against it than the other one. But having said that, if we played it in, we would bring in the vigilances in. This sideboard's not correct. I would only keep the 3 vigilances in here. The others go. All right. This is not a good hand. Let's mulligan that. We want Cobb Vance. We want Kranix. We want Owens. That's what we want to start. Yeah, that was great revenge against that control deck. Okay, so this is not a great hand, but it'll have to do. We'll pass. We'll have to go Super Laser Tech, so we'll claim. Be nice to get some no glories here. Right, we'll claim. The Spark of Hope's actually not good here because what it does is the Super Laser Tech goes into your row, so that doesn't actually work. So if I hit Kranich, I could run Callus in. And that will draw us a card. Okay, so he's all in. And if he wants to trigger that, he has to kill one of his units. So, and then we'll ambush Kranich and draw a card ourselves. So that actually worked out pretty well. Pretty well for ourselves. Well, we have lots of powers. All right, the assassin. Let me go Kranich, Owen, power. I have to kill this Owen here, and then we'll power away that assassin. Keeps him off the force at least. Get rid of 1 beta. I don't think we need 2. We can play the brute for 1, which seems like good value. All right, so if we're 1 mana off here, like if we barraged, we can kind of save ourselves from dying, but we don't really do too much. And we play the brute. We power. Okay. And we'll just hit base there. The maul is a good draw here. Still trying to get that timely. Have to be careful that this one will probably run like Devastators. It'll run Ruthless Raiders on time. All right, let's run in. We've got the Walker now coming into. Someone played a Walker on me today, and then they put a Chewbacca. as a pilot on it. And I was like, that's the first time I've seen that happen. All right, we'll go to base for 7. Restore. Okay, I think I just walk it here. We'll discard that. And it makes him have an answer for the walker. We know Glory, and he plays a Devastator. We're in trouble. All right, what have we got? Another Maul. I think we need a resource now. Not till we get towards that. Yeah, okay. Force throw. Hit base again. We discard that. He was the aggressor early on, but I think we've turned into the aggressor now. You'll have to claim here unless you can deal with... Crony can kill one, but he has to be able to kill them all. And either way, we've got a no glory for the Raider next turn, so we should be fine. Like putting JT or Asajj on the War Juggernaut. Yeah. Nothing but ground vehicles and pilots would be funny. So they claimed just push. Get rid of the Lothwolf. We've got 2 no glories. Okay. Well, we'll push again. Draw that one up. There we go. All right, one more last game, and then I'll have to head off. It's nearly midnight here. And I'll have to think about what we're going to play. I've already got Yoda built. I've got this Thrawn built. I have to think about, which way we're going to go. We do have a really good solid start here. I'm going down with the Bad Dispatch team, so because I'm the only one qualified so far. If I do meet him in the top 8, unfortunately, I will have to concede. Not in the early Swiss rounds, which I actually did in Adelaide anyway, but not so much in the early Swiss rounds, but beyond that, I'll be helping them out. So, but it's 60 players plus already. So the chance that I'll match into them hopefully should be low. Should be good. I have played Yoda more, but in the last test of the deck, Thrawn has the best win rate. Yep, you are correct. Over the 4 matches, the 4 sets this week, Thrawn has the highest win rate. Shame we don't have anything to play here. Having said that, that's so good. Owen is such a good card. Look at that. Like, I had nothing to play. I went from having nothing to play to being able to drop a card down. I mean, getting a Lothwolf off early is good, but I'm going to have the spark, so I don't need that. I don't know why I was thinking that. Make him earn it. Yeah. Yeah, make him earn it. I've got Spark, which is really good here. Got Owen. Let's hit in Akira. We'll trigger again. Spark of Hope. That turns Anakin on now. That's the other thing. This deck has a bit of a surprise factor as well. There's not a huge amount of people that have played into Thrawn. I don't think Thrawn has won a PQ either. Like, I'll see what their best results are for Thrawn. Let's have a look in here while we wait for our opponent. Let's have a look. Thrawn. Okay, so they're all yellows except for one green. One green finished in 7th. So yeah, there you go. All right, so Callus is such a good card. Like just, yep, take a draw. Deploy Thrawn, hit into base. And I have the showcase for Thrawn as well, which is always good. I won it we had a Carbonite draft at our local game place. All right, so yeah, this is a full clear. With the new Vader unit. Unfortunately, I only have one of the Vaders from the silver packs at Galactics. I only have one of them. They are pretty cool. Have it here. But I get to play like Super Laser Blast, Snoke, and also that's the Vader unit. It's a bit hard to see, and the Krennic. Krennic's super cool. I've only got 2 of the Krennics. And a funny story happened with the Krennics was that when I got through to day 3, we could buy one of each at the prize wall of the stuff that wasn't in the packs. So I did that, and I got home and I'm like putting all the cards away, and I'm like, it's a shame I only got 1 Krennic because I got 3 Blasts, I got 3 Snokes, I got 3 of a lot of other cards that I wanted. And I got home and I was re-sleeving them, putting the inner sleeves in. And when I took the Krennic out, there was another Krennic inside the sleeve. They were like, someone had accidentally put 2 in there. So All Things Fade says you picked up a Prestige foil masterpiece, Sabine's masterpiece. Yeah, well, Clint got a serialized one not long ago for that. It looks pretty cool. And then Rodney Stubbs, who's another YouTuber, when he was at Galactics, he had, I want to say, 3 Ardigalias serialized, and he played them in his deck as well. And I think he had, out of the red 5s, 2 out of the 3 were serialized as well. I think that's what he said. So this deck, I don't know if it plays, it doesn't go as high as the other deck. The other deck had like Annihilators and things and that in it. Let's trigger again. This time we will take another Vader. We'll play a Cobb Vanth just in case he's got a power. How does that even happen? Which part's that? The all right, they're both good. let's stick with that. We could get overwhelming barraged here. So Liam's, yeah, he only has one Vader total, but it's a prestige. Wow. The bunch of serialized, did he pull that? No, he bought them. I'm fairly certain he bought the majority of them. So you haven't checked out his channel. He's playing a bunch of Anakin at the moment. So at the bottom of my channel here, you scroll all the way down. I've linked some. So you got Lunch, you got Woo, Thor, Bad Dispatch, and then here he is here as well. So he does some live streams of games. They're well worth checking out as well. We do have Dooku as well for the gunship. All right. See, he just dropped. No. Okay. All right. Well, we do need to fell the walker. I mean, we could Vader it. Let's push. Okay. Let's fell it. Again, we're in this position where we want to push damage, but we don't want to overcommit. Cobb Vanth is a great unit that protects against some big ball clears too. So let's leave it there. Because if he does ball clear, then we're able to just pop 2 units out. So Julian, who was on earlier, he actually took Thrawn to Galactics. I think he went 4-4 on the day. Let's do the first one. Both of them are good. All right, so let's start with Night Sister Warriors. Protect against power. You can see how much like hand advantage you can build up in this deck. So Tyler says, I wish my serialized pool was something cooler than Jocasta. Yeah. So again, see, that's what we're protecting against, was that power. We'll play that down. We'll play a Walker, and we'll draw. Let's put that timely away now. Yeah, so someone bought a Jocasta one for like 70 Australian here. Dave, one of the Central Coast players. He found a serialized. I bought 2.5 boxes of Carbonite. I probably bought the same last set. And yeah, I haven't hit a serialized. And I think I've hit 2 showcases total over like 5 or 6 boxes of Carbonite. My luck has not been too good. But fingers crossed, next set, I want the Padme showcase. Yeah, so Julian had some rough matchups, but everyone was good. Yeah, that's the one thing about Galactics, was that everyone you played against was super cool. Like there was no issues at all. Okay, I'm just going to hit base again. We will draw that. Like for competitive environment, being like at the top tier, everyone was pretty good. All right, so let's Avenger that one. So All Things Fade says his luck is terrible. I pulled 2 showcases, one from the Legend of the Force Carbo. Yeah. Yeah, last set was my luckiest set. I drew, still kicking on, mate. How's the game's been? Yeah, so Gun 3D, I'll play one more. We played Poe for 10 games. We went 8-2 on that one. We haven't lost on Thrawn yet. So Thrawn seems to be doing pretty well. Having said that, this is not a great hand. And this is a space deck, so we might lose this one. All right, Timely. We don't need the Loth Wolf. We don't need Dooku. I'll play the Brute. We're probably not even going to get through to 8, I don't think. All right, we'll have to claim. We'll have to play the Loth Wolf out here. Probably get rid of the Vader because there'll be nothing to ambush into. If he puts a Chewie on there, we can no glory next turn. But our best friend is going to be the Overwhelming Barrage. So yeah, so people splurging on Carbonite. Some people really lucky, some people aren't. And that on it, my luck was not great this set. I think last set I opened 2 boxes, got a Rose Showcase. Not the best, but not the worst either. All right, so we're gonna have to kill the Falcon. Guess we lose 1 Walker. Was that right? Now that I think about it, I don't know if that was right, because if he does play a Chewbacca out, we needed the Barrage. We take a lot of damage. We're okay. Cobb. So we're going to do 6. We can do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he puts a Chewbacca, we are really cooked. Heroic Sacrifice. Okay. Well, let's just put it on the Loth Wolf for now. Give us a little bit of protection. Another Barrage would be great here. 1 more Barrage. We've got 2 Restore, and we've got Anakin that can do something here. All Things Fade wanted the Revan Showcase and got the Maul. The Maul is actually like a really cool showcase. It looks, to me, it looks really good. And the more blue is actually like decent, like is usable. We're pretty much cooked here. Because we can go back to 29, but because he's played the Delphi Patrol Wing, it's no good. But we got close. Maul. And then we take a Snoke, but yeah. We were a kind of one turn off on this one. All right, so that will finish up there. We played a bunch of Poe early on, 1 or 2 games of Yoda, and then quite a number of Thrawn ones. So Thrawn's pretty good. A little bit weak to space because a lot of fights on the ground, but we do have some like Infernos and Brutes, and Barrage is probably the most important. Fixing the sideboard here, I would move. To fix the sideboard, I would say Overwhelming Barrage goes to 3, 1 in the side. You don't need these apologies and that as well. So you'd start at least with those 5. No Glory would go up, down as well. You would put a restock in for the hard control and probably a bounty hunter crew and move that into the sideboard. So the sideboard would end up something like it's only 8 cards, but something like that. So you've got the Vigilance and the Restock and the Bounty Hunter crew for hard control. You've got extra barrages and that for the Go Wide Space decks. You could probably also look at the -1/-1 to all units. But yeah, that's probably where I would start with that. But yeah. All right. Well, thanks everyone. And I will catch everyone tomorrow. I'll be on same time tomorrow night. And I will play a variety of these 4 decks. Or I don't think I'll be playing Ray. So a variety of these 3 decks is what I'll play. So, all right.